Hello everybody, nice to meet you. Our leader of God, Exodus chapter 27. Let's read it together. The Lord made the ark of acacia wood, 2.5 cubits long, a cubit and a half wide, and a cubit and a half high. He overlaid it with pure gold, both inside and out, and made a gold molding around it. He cast 4 gold rings for it and fastened them to its 4 feet, with 2 rings on one side and 2 rings on the other. Then he made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold, and inserted the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark to carry it. He made the atonement cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long, a cubit and a half wide. Then he made 2 cherubim out of hammered gold at the ends of the cover. He made 1 cherub on one end and the second cherub on the one other. At the 2 ends he made them of one piece with the cover. The cherubim he had their wings spread abroad, overshadowing the cover with them. The cherubim faced each other, looking toward the cover. They made the table of acacia wood, and cubit long, a cubit wide, and a cubit and a half high. Then they overlaid it with pure gold and made a gold molding around it. They also made around it a rim of handbreadth wide and for gold molding on the rim. They cast 4 gold rings for the table and fastened them to the 4 corners where the 4 legs were. The rings were put close to the rim to hold the poles used in carrying the table. The poles for carrying the table were made of acacia wood and were overlaid with gold. And they made from pure gold the articles for the table, its plates and dishes and bowls, and its pitchers for the pouring out offering during offerings. They made the lampstand of pure gold and hammered it out, base and shaft. Its flower-like cups, furs, and blossoms were of one piece with it. 6 branches extended from the sides of the lampstand, 3 on one side and 3 on the other. 3 cups shaped like almond flowers with furs and blossom were on one branch, 3 on the next branch, and the same for all 6 branches extending from the lampstand. And on the lampstand were 4 cups shaped like almond flowers with furs and blossoms. 1 verse was on the first pair of branches extending from the lampstand, a second rod under the second pair, and a third rod under the third pair, 6 branches in all. The rods and the branches were all of one piece with the lampstand, hammered out of pure gold. He made each 7 lamps as well as each wick, trimmers, and tray of pure gold. They made the lampstand and all its accessories from 1 talent of pure gold. They made the altar of incense out of acacia wood. It was square and cubit long, a cubit wide, and 2 cubits high, each horns of one piece with it. They overlaid the top and all the sides and the horns with pure gold, and made the gold molding around it. They made 2 gold rings belong to the molding, 2 on each side, to hold the poles used to carry it. They made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold. They also made the sacred anointing oil and pure fragrant incense, the work of the perfumer. Exodus chapter 37, verses 1 through 29. Thank you. Hello everybody, nice to meet you. Our leader of God, Exodus chapter 38, let's read it together. They built the altar of one offering of acacia wood, 3 cubits high. It was square, 5 cubits long, and 5 cubits wide. They made a horn at each of the four corners, so that the horns and the altar were of one piece, and they overlaid the altar with bronze. They made only each utensil of bronze, its pots, shovels, sprinklings bowls, and meat forks and fire fans. They made a grating for the altar of bronze network to be on each ledge halfway up the altar. They cast bronze rings to hold the holes for the four corners of the bronze grating. They made the poles of wood and overlaid them with bronze. They inserted the poles into rings so they would be on the sides of the altar for carrying it. They made it hollowed out of bronze. They made the bronze basin and each bronze stand from the mirrors of the woman who served at the entrance to the tent of meeting. Next, they made the courtyard. The south side was 100 cubits long and had curtains of fine twisted linen, with 21st of 20 bronze vases, and with silver hooks and bands on the first. The north side was also 100 cubits long and had 20 posts and 20 bronze vases, with silver hooks and bands on the first. The west end was 50 cubits wide and had curtains, with 10 posts and 10 vases with silver hooks and bands on the first. The east end toward the sunrise was also 50 cubits wide. Curtains 15 cubits long were on one side of the entrance, with 3 posts and 3 vases. And curtains 15 cubits long were on the other side of the entrance to the courtyard, with 3 posts and 3 vases. All the curtains around the courtyard were of fine twisted linen. The vases for the posts were bronze. The hooks and fans on first were silver, and their tops were overlaid with silver. So all the first of the courtyard had silver bands. The curtain for entrance to the courtyard was of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and fine twisted linen. The work of the embroiderer was 20 cubits long, and like the curtains of the courtyard, 5 cubits high. With 4 posts and 4 bronze vases, their hooks and bands were silver, and their tops were overlaid with silver. All the tents backs of the tabernacle and of the surrounding courtyard were bronze. These are the amount of the material used for the tabernacle of the testimony, which were recorded as Moses commanded by the Levites under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest. Bezalel, son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, made everything the Lord commanded Moses. With him was Oliab, son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, the craftsman and designer and embroiderer in blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and fine linen. The total amount of gold from the wave offering used for all the work on the sanctuary was talent and 730 shekels according to the sanctuary shekels. They used it to make the vases for the entrance to the tent of meeting, the bronze altar with its bronze grating and all its utensil, the vases for the surrounding courtyard and those for its entrance, and all the tent effects for the tabernacle, and those for surrounding courtyard. Exodus chapter 38, verses 1 through 31. Thank you. Hello everybody, nice to meet you. Our reader of God, Exodus chapter 39. Let's read it together. From the blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, they made woven garments for ministering in the sanctuary. They also made sacred garments for Aaron, as the Lord commanded Moses. They made the ephod of gold and of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and of finely twisted linen. They hammered out him sheet of gold and cut strings to be worked into the blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and fine linen, the work of the skilled craftsmen. They made shoulder pieces for the ephod, which were attached to two of its corners, so it could be fastened. Its skillfully woven waistband was like it, of one piece with the ephod and made with gold, and with the blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and with the fine twisted linen, as the Lord commanded Moses. They mounted the onyx stones in gold filigree settings, and engraved them like a seal with the names of the sons of Israel. And then they fastened them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod as memorial stones for the sons of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses. They fashioned the breastpiece, the work of the skilled craftsman. They made it like the ephod, of gold and of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and of the fine twisted linen. It was square, fan long, fan wide, and folded double. Then they mounted 4 rows of precious stones on it. In the first row there was a ruby, a topaz, and a beryl. In the second row, a turquoise, a sapphire, and an emerald. In the third row, jasper, an agate, and an amethyst. In the fourth row, in a crystallite, on onyx and a jasper, they were mounted in gold filigree settings. They were 12 stones, one for each of the names of the stone of Israel. It's engraved like a seal with the name of the one of the 12 tribes. For the breastpiece, they made braided chains of pure gold like a rope. They made 2 gold filigree settings and 2 gold rings, and fastened his rings to over the corners of the breastpiece. They fastened the 2 gold chains to the rings at the corners of the breastpiece, and the other ends of the chains to the 2 settings, attaching them to the shoulder pieces of the ephod at the front. They made 2 gold rings and attached them to the other 2 corners of the breastpiece on his inside edge next to the ephod. Then they made 2 more gold rings and attached them to the bottom of the shoulder pieces on the front of the ephod, close to the seam just above the waistband of the ephod. They tied the rings of the breastpiece to the rings of the ephod with blue cord, connecting it to the waistband so that the breastpiece would not swing out from the ephod, as the Lord commanded Moses. They made the robes of the ephod entirely of blue cloth, the work of a weaver, with an offering in the entry of the robe like the offering of the color, and a band around this offering so that it would not tear. They made pomegranate of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and fine twisted linen, and around the hem of the robe. And they made belts of pure gold, and attached them around the hem built in the pomegranate. The belts and pomegranate alternated around the hem of the robe to be worn for ministering, as the Lord commanded Moses. For Aaron's sons, they made tunics of fine linen, the work of the weaver, and the turban of fine linen. The linen had bands and on the garments of fine twisted linen. The sash was of fine twisted linen and blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, the work of the embroiderer as the Lord commanded Moses. They made the plate, the sacred diadem, out of pure gold and engraved on it, like an inscription on a seal, holy to the Lord. Then they fastened a blue cord to it, attached it to the turban, as the Lord commanded Moses. So all the work on the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, was complete. The Israelites did everything just as the Lord commanded Moses. Then they brought the tabernacle to Moses, the tent and all its furnishing, its glasses, frames, crossbars, posts, and vases. The covering of ram's skins dyed red, the covering of hides of sick cows, and the shielding curtain. The ark of the testimony with its poles and atonement cover. The table with all its articles and the bread of the presence. The pure gold lampstand with its row of lamps and all its accessories and oils for light. The gold altar, the anointing oil, the fragrant incense, and the curtain for the entrance to the tent. The bronze altar with its bronze grating, its poles and all its utensils, the basin with its stand. The curtain of the courtyard with its posts and bases, and the curtain for the entrance to the courtyard, the ropes and tent effects for the courtyard, all the furnishing for each the tabernacle, the tent of meeting. And the woven garments worn for ministry in the sanctuary, both the sacred garments for Aaron the priest and the garments for his sons when serving as priest. The Israelites had done all the work just as the Lord had commanded Moses. Moses inspected the work and saw that they had done it just as the Lord commanded. So Moses blessed them. Exodus chapter 39, verses 1 through 43. Thank you.